On the Big A, man. Good stuff's happening in Atlanta.
Ush.
See what's going on with Jordan Usher.
All right, Ush, what's going on, man? How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
We're all right. So what's ACC? If I said to you, what's ACC life for you at Georgia Tech, how would you answer that?
It's been amazing. Not so much this year so far. We look to make a change to that, get some wins under our belt, but I'm the biggest ACC fan there is out there, especially ACC basketball.
Yeah. All right. Clayton State came rolling in there, a little Sunday afternoon matinee. Y'all beat them by a 50 burger. That had to make you feel better, but game changes tomorrow night, Jordan. Florida State comes in. That's a whole different kettle of fish, isn't it?
Yeah, not so much Clayton State anymore. It's Florida State. Got some 7-footers. They got a good young team. We got to have a good week of practice, a good couple of days. We had a good day yesterday. We got to have another good day so we can get good to win a game. Try to get a good ACC win, try to build up, get out that last totem pole spot.
Jordan, how hard has it been to go from ACC Championship to a slow, sluggish start? I mean, when you put that banner up, man, that was a special moment. And I know folks are just thinking, oh, man, just snap your fingers, go win another one. It's hard. It's hard to win. It's hard to stay there. So how difficult has this been for you and your team?
It's been super difficult, but, we got a new group of young guys that I like to see excel and get comfortable within the ACC, because not only am I looking for them to succeed this year, but I also want to see my program continue to have high character and that dynasty that we kind of tried to build up with, Jose and Moses last year. But, it's been hard, but last year we got to touch the moon, and now we're kind of touching the grass a little bit. So hopefully we can level out a little in between and start winning some games.
Hey, Jordan, being a guy who's been around this program and obviously from the area, which of these young guys do you think has progressed the most through the course of the season?
Honestly, I like Debo Coleman a lot. He's really hard on himself because, he comes from a basketball family. His dad coaches in high school, coached him in high school. But Debo Coleman, he's a knockdown shooter. He can play defense. He has effort. And also Jalen Moore. He hasn't got many looks, but he kind of reminds me of a smaller Moses. Hopefully they're similar in development. That would be amazing. Yeah. But, I'm excited for both of them.
When we saw you and Michael at the ACC tip-off, one of the things we talked to you about was leadership, right? I mean, you talked about all these young guys, and there was going to be kind of a different role for you. Has that been an easy adjustment? Have you found a lot of fun watching the young guys go, oh, my gosh, this is ACC basketball? Kind of walk us through that, if you don't mind.
Yeah, it's been super fun. And, one thing I feel like I can always bring is a lot of energy and a lot of excitement. And Coach tries to help me channel that into the correct type of energy and excitement so that I'm a good leader. But, yeah, anytime my young guys can start playing good, anytime I can see people succeeding, it helps me be a leader, helps me be vocal for my team. And I know we're gonna flip the switch and start winning some games.
It's an interesting year in this league, Jordan. It's a different year in the landscape of it. It's also a different year from a personnel perspective. What have you seen that has surprised you about this conference this year?
I think, honestly, that just as it always is with ACC basketball, just kind of like the highs and lows of each team. How I felt like, we played UNC at UNC. We were down some bigs, and they have a good size with Baycott. I think he's honestly a beast. But then they go their next game and lost to Miami by a big chicken. So I'm like, I don't exactly know what's going on. It's not the same ACC, where it's kind of, I guess, top heavy and then usually thick around the middle, because every ACC game, in my opinion, is hard. But, I feel like it's kind of been highs and lows with everybody this year, and everyone's trying to maybe waiting to get consistent. I don't know. I'm hoping that's what we can do.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that is consistent. That's the team you're getting ready to play.
Wow.
And here comes Leonard Hamilton, right? They've got bigs. They're athletic. They got a ton of guys. They hit you with waves of athletes. They've got good guard play. I mean, it's the same old with Florida State. At least seems that way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what do they call themselves? The New Bloods, trying to turn themselves into one of the Blue Bloods. They're a great team. I feel like they probably think they owe us one after the championship last year. But I've been watching them, a lot of times in the hotel we get to watch. I'm always watching basketball here. So I watched their last game, got it against Miami, and we got both of those teams this week. So we got a big week. I'm going to start it off with a good win versus Florida State. Sure.
Hey, look here now. Florida State's going to know exactly where you are on the floor at all times. You don't get away with that hammer you had in Greensboro last year, and they don't remember that. I don't know who in the world you're trying to sly that one on.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, really? Did you think Florida State's not going to know where number 4 is after that baseline rim rack you threw at them last year? Come on, really? You think you're
Hopefully,
just going to slip in the game?
I could get another one. Hopefully, they forget about it. I get another.
Jordan, I don't think that the fact that you got the hardware. Normally the guy that doesn't get the hardware remembers all of that stuff. That's normally how that goes, right? I'm just saying, but yeah, I know you're going to be ready to go. I mean, this is a big challenge, like you said. You get a chance to jump on the Sunshine State this week, and if you're going to make a move in the league, this is the one. I mean, it's kind of now time, isn't it, with Georgia Tech? I mean, you got Miami and Florida State. Hey, all you got to do is look at the standings. You know how important these games are this week.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. One thing here about this team. You mentioned Debo. There's something about you guys playing small when you size down, and it works. Now, you mentioned Baycott, and Florida State certainly's got 7-footers. You know Miami's got some bigs, although Wardenberg tends to drift a little bit. But why does the small lineup work for you guys, Ush? What do you think about the principles there, and what changes for you when you go small?
I think, honestly, when we go small, it helps us just try to speed everything up. Because a couple times this year, we've had trouble scoring, maybe had some droughts. I think a couple big-minute droughts, 4, 5, 6-minute droughts, we just haven't scored or just haven't put something in. And when we go small, it helps us speed up on the cuts. And also, I feel like I got a little point guard in me when I'm at that high post and I get to make some passes and get some people on cuts and stuff, little Draymond Green action. So that's a little fun for me. I like going small, except when we play Baycott or Mark Williams, is a big guy like that.
Yeah, no, I understand.
So what would be the perfect game then for you? I mean, you're playing all 5 positions in that answer. So I mean, what's like the natural fit for you on that deal?
The natural fit, I think I'm just one of those guys that kind of gets in where I fit in. No matter where you put me, I kind of slide to my correct position. I feel like I always just kind of fall in place.
All right. Okay. How does that conversation go with you and Pastner, though? Because, see, I envision you and Pastner having these enlightened conversations where you have an idea and he has an idea, and there's a little bit of litigation that goes on there.
Yeah. I mean, I always try to litigate and try to get my way a little bit and persuade, but, Coach is my guy, and a lot of my off-the-fringe decisions and emotions that I play with, he doesn't exactly always like. Or if I come to the huddle screaming for always like a lob play, I always want a lob play or something backdoor to try to dunk, and he always tells me just to do my job and do the play he picks. And he's always right. He's the coach, he's always right. But sometimes I get ideas that I think are genius.
Jordan, you don't argue with a man with a face shield. Just going to tell you, it's all about the face shield. You can't, you lose every time. Even if you're right, you're wrong. You can't argue with a face shield.
That's funny.
Hey, but he in the face shield, let's be honest, Jordan, Pastner in the face shield has kind of become a thing, right? Even in year 2. It's pretty much hilarious, right?
Yeah, I think he went back to it because it's kind of like comforting. You know what I mean? Kind of like when babies have that comfort blanket. I think he was used to it last year, and we had so much success when he had it on. He kind of wants to put it back on and shoot back into winning some games, and I hope it works. I think it'll work.
Jordan, I'll be completely honest with you. I barely recognize him when he's not wearing it. I mean, seriously, he made it when you win a championship and you got it on. Man, you don't go against tempt fate, man. You wear that bad boy until proven otherwise. So, like when he's walking around, I see an interview with him on a Zoom call or something, and he doesn't have the face shield on. I'm like, oh yeah, that's Pastner. I mean, it really has become his personality. That whole deal.
Yeah, it's funny, man. He needs to stay in it 24/7, sleep in it or something.
All right, hey, before we let you go, you mentioned Jose and Moses, and I know you're staying in touch with these guys. Last week, and we didn't get into this too much on the show, but I do want you to speak to this. What a moment for Jose last week in New York, right? New Orleans goes to the Garden. He ends up having an unbelievable moment. And great game. The Pelicans end up winning the game against the Knicks. He's got all his people there from Brooklyn at the game. I mean, people thought he went crazy after you guys won in Greensboro last year. He could barely speak after the game, Jordan.
I mean, truly, I can't explain how great that moment is to watch for a teammate like Jose. Because you guys, everyone in the country knows the passion and emotion he plays with. But just to see it all come to fruition, like stuff that we really sat in the locker room and talked about, and he's more than supportive. He calls and checks on us. I check on him, and he cares about the progress of our team and how the new point guards are doing. He's just an amazing young man, and I like to see him grow and just keep growing through the NBA. And I know he's a superstar player that should be there for a bunch of years.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
That's a truly great answer. Before we let you go, traditional question.
Oh, man, he's never gotten this.
No?
Oh, Ush, wait. This is good.
Jordan, since you've been at Georgia Tech, what has been your hardest class?
Oh, I'm in it right now. Actually, it's a complete tie between accounting 2 and finite math.
Yeah,
so accounting 2 and finite math. Both super
math.
hard because, killing me.
Finite math.
Well, Wes is not very good in math, so anything with the word finite just eliminates.
My history with that in particular
it's not good.
Is not good.
I find that hard.
No. Yeah, well, let me tell you, it's not good. Ush, let me tell you, you don't need to take finite math as many times as I took it.
Yeah, I'm hoping I don't have to.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one. Hey, good luck tomorrow night against Florida State. It's right here on ACC Network, 9 o'clock. Great to see you. Be well, my man. Always fun.
Thanks, guys.